this is going to be?
It could be a
Bent knee.
Yes. May I have another 3-foot board? Thank you. Now, I don't know what happens when I move from the upper extremity to the lower extremity, but this really confuses people. Don't know why, but it does. David, can you come down and be my partner?
Sure.
Now, remember how your partner, when you're doing the bent elbow, he grabs the board with his thumbs? Well, he may not be able to do this. And I'm sorry I'm in front of you, but when I come in with the board, I'm coming in and I'm coming down here. And I don't care if his hands have to slide up and down the leg. Now, you can see I have this board close to the ankle and kind of high on the thigh, right? That's where you want to be. Now, this is also as easy as 1, 2, 3. I have it wrapped. Both tails go underneath the leg. Okay, this is where people mess up. Okay, so there's my 1. Where's my other tail? There's my 1. My 2 is splitting the board. Okay, I just split the board and I didn't cross my tails. And then I tie it, just like up. Here comes my surgeon's knot that I didn't tie, surgeon's knot. Go through the J-loop, hoopity-doop, whatever you want to call it. U-bolt.
Changed the name of it like 6 times.
And this, because of this unique way to tie these like this, it really does stabilize those 2 parts of the arm. I said, well, what's it matter? You just put it through there. But this way you tie it really does stabilize it well. It truly does. And then I pull in opposite directions. Okay. Then I move, because we're doing everything distal to proximal. All our skills are done distal to proximal. For you people that start halfway through, I'm like, Okay, both tails underneath the leg. There's 1. 2, pull them up. 3, split the board. Do not let these cross on the inside of the thigh and create a pinch point. Okay? I don't think it'll fail you, but it'll get you yelled at. Because you could be pinching, that point there might be pinching the femoral artery and could be, well, I had a pulse, what the hell happened? Okay? So make sure that your upper thighs do not cross or the one down by the ankle. Yes, the thigh is the biggest part of the biggest muscle in the human anatomy. You may have to tie 2 cravats together for some people. You may have to tie 3 cravats together for some people, depending on how
Girthy.
their size. Okay? Okay, I come through the J-loop, pull it tight, tie my surgeons. Now, they're not crossed. I've caught it down here and I've caught it up here. Look, do that a little bit. Don't pull it hard. Just see how that stabilizes that? By hitting down low and up high, granted, we know this is the strongest muscle in your leg. It's extremely strong. We can all probably do that. The person won't. That's why we're tying it this way. It hurts too much to do that. But by doing this, you'll find if you tie it correctly, that the person really, oh yeah, I can see where it's not easy to extend your leg.
Now, do you pad the void before you tie the...
Do I what?
Pad the void? Do you put a pillow down underneath it?
You could put a pillow underneath it, but you're going to be bouncing to the hospital. I try to, once I get on the stretcher, I try to, because you're going down the roads, bouncing around, I try to make it as comfortable as I can.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, this isn't something that, pad voids, like on a backboard or on the wrist. If you have too big of a void here, I would pad that. I would leave this alone. I would make it comfortable. I might put a couple pillows up in the medic unit so it's not beating across on the side of the wall, but that's a bent knee. Done exactly like the bent elbow.
Should you avoid putting the seat belt across that area?
Probably. I mean, are we going to what if again? Okay.
Well, no, for
No,
proper
I'm
restraints in
just-
the ambulance, that's a good question. Would
I
you
might
just go
run-
under
I
the
might
leg
have
and?
over that leg, underneath this leg. I mean, this is where it's injured, and I'm going to try and transport it as comfortably as I can for the patient. Like I said, maybe pillows propping it up, maybe put a pillow underneath here to stabilize it. Also, I just showed you 2 splints. I have covered every leg injury except for the mid-shaft femur fracture. Hair traction, we're going to do that on another day, because hair traction takes, even if you know how to put it on, it takes a couple minutes. It's hard to master, so one night, and it's probably for spinal immobilization night, you're going to do 3 skills that night. You're going to do full immobilization, broken hips, or a hip pelvic fracture, okay, with the scoop stretcher, and, okay, spinal immobilization, hip fracture, and we'll do hair traction. Just those 3 skills that night, because they all have, they take a minute, and you have to do them in the proper sequence. So I'm leaving that mid-shaft femur fracture, or that traction splint, out of today, so you have ample time. I just showed you all the uppers and all the lowers. You know them all now.